Just jumping in late into qualifying. Welcome everybody to High Gear Racing live from Talladega. Right now, John Ward on top of the board with a 52-168 as Gordon Spain comes across the line. Gordon Spain go P5th. Jimmy Crow, James Ware, Mark Vondale, Gordon Spain the top 5, Tim White. Right now, 6th. Matter of fact, let's see if we cannot get a word with the man of the out. Well, we can't really find him actually. Say I was going to get Jimmy Crow up here in the booth momentarily, but right now, Jeff Merck, top of the board. Right now, Richard Elliott on deck next. Elliott across the line. Survey says 52-191, P3 for Elliott. Hell of a lap. Not enough to knock Jeff Merck off with a 52-154. Right now, Corey Cheney has already posted his one lap. So 21 seconds, Jeff Merck on the pole for tonight. John Ward, Richard Elliott, Jimmy Crow, James Ware in the top 5. Mark Vondale, Gordon Spain, Tim White, Corey Cheney will be your 9 drivers who have qualified for tonight. The rest will be up to iRacing's discretion. What's up, Aubrey? Well, right now the starting lineup goes as followed for tonight's running of High Gear Racing. Jeff Merck on the pole, John Ward, Richard Elliott, Jimmy Crow, James Ware in your top 5. Mark Vondale, Gordon Spain, Tim White, Corey Cheney are again the 9 drivers who posted a lap. The rest, iRacing's discretion. Hunter Hastings rolls off 10th. Josh McCullough, Quentin Stanbach will be the fast 12 for tonight on down through the remainder of the field. Kevin McCullough, Matthew Patton, Kevin Craig, Kobe Keneal, William H. Scott. The 17 drivers who will be racing tonight for HGR. Well, let's see if we can't talk to the man starting on the outside pole for tonight. Bad Fast Ward, Garrett Jings up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy?
I got you, Garrett.
Well, rolling off second tonight. Legacy Gen 4 is kind of retro style. How confident are you in getting the job done tonight?
I'm real confident. I like these cars. They're old school, and this package has been around, and I like the package. So we're real confident. Hopefully we can get in, stay in the top 5, and we got a good qualifying start, and hopefully we get the win. I need it.
What is one thing that we can expect with these cars that might pose either an obstacle for some drivers or go into a lot of drivers' wheelhouse? What is one thing that you can expect with these cars?
You could expect some high speeds. You could expect the 3rd lane to work. The top does work. Arca braking, slowing. Maybe you have to watch some guys going in pit road. The brakes ain't too good, but these things will slow up. But yeah, it's going to be some 3-wide action. You can definitely pass. So it's going to be hairy. It's going to be a good race. A lot of lead changes, I think.
All right, buddy. Last question I got here. Particular reason you're starting in the pits?
No, I got and caught up with you in the interview. I see James is behind me, so I don't
Oh,
know if
that's
he'll
my
hold the
bad.
start or what. But no, it ain't your fault at all. But we'll see what we can do.
All right, buddy. I'll let you get ready here.
You got it, man.
Nah, I feel bad. John Ward rolling off second. On further down, so you can't talk to a couple more drivers. Lights on the pace car, not going green this time. Let's see, who to pull. Can't pull the man starting in the second spot. We did. Hang on, Mark Vondale. Martin Vondale, Garrett James up here at broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good after a solid yesterday. Saw some great finishes out of you last night. What can we expect tonight? Do you feel like these cars kind of helps gives you an advantage, or really, where's the confidence level entering this 50-lap run?
I'm not very confident myself. I think I probably should have started in the back like I normally do. I love the trucks. That's why, I don't know, the new truck setup is a lot nicer for me. I don't know what some of the others feel about it. There's various opinions, but I had a good run last night until I got wrecked, but I'm going to have some fun with it tonight. I always have fun anyway.
Well, buddy, best of luck to you here. I'll let you get ready for the start here.
Thanks, old buddy.
Yes, sir. So right now, Mark Vondale rolls off from the fourth spot tonight. Up on board camera for tonight. Of course, Jeff Merck on board with the roof cam off to number 60. Several drivers, actually all the drivers had that. We'll just pop through a few. Making his return tonight after a long hiatus, Jimmy Crow rolls off second. On further back, Joshua McCullough rolling off from the ninth spot. Kevin McCullough right behind him, rolling off in 11th. And William H. Scott rounds out the field, starting it tonight in the 13th spot. All right. Pace car's in.
Green flag, green flag.
We're rolling. Delay to green. I saw that one coming. So they're going to wait, let Ward Waring and Matthew Patton get to the tail end of the field. We're right on board with Jeff Mert. Listen for the start. from the drone cam from high above. Right in the line, give it to Gordon Spain. Right now, 3 wide already. Couple drive jumping up top. John Ward, 992 tonight. Matter of fact, in that 24 machine. Several drivers not in the numbers that you normally are accustomed to seeing them in. As right now, 3x3, James Waring on the outside. Getting pushed by Ward, Mark Vondell right behind him. At the line, give it to Richard Elliott. Barely. Go back and look at it. Caution is out. They're wrecking big in the back. James Waring. I'll be damned. Led the opening lap. And already in trouble for the JW Paints graphic Dodge Charger. I believe that's what it says, Dodge, yep. Well, what has happened to James Waring to get us kick-started tonight? Oh, hello. Just came down right across Jeff Merck and around she went. Everybody else taking evasive action, able to keep that car in the grass. And under caution already for the first time tonight. Matthew Patton to 69. My mistake, got it confused with Mark Vondell. Well, not take long to get a caution. One lap and actually about 700 feet. Field already coming in. Everybody coming in, as a matter of fact. Going to push the fuel window back open. Some drivers, as a matter of fact, a little bit longer pit stops than others. John Ward, the first one out. Hunter Hastings, Gordon Spain, Tim White, Quentin Stanbach, top 5. So right now, under the first caution, after James Waring and Jeff Merck make contact, sending Waring into the infield. Entering turn one, a hell of a job not to hit the wall, come back up, collect anybody else. Right now we'll re-rack it as soon as we see if anybody else comes in this time. Nobody else comes down to pit for a moment, so we'll re-rack it. At least throughout the top 10, John Ward, Hunter Hastings, first and second, Gordon Spain, Tim White, Quentin Stanbach. The top 5, Cameron Craighead, Jimmy Crow, Corey Cheney, Matthew Patton, Mark Vondell. The top 10, I actually give it to James Warren. Vondell did come back in the pit along with Mert, Elliott, and Kenny McCullough. Right now, still getting ready for the restart. Alright, Ward and Hastings brings us down to United Rentals restart zone.
Green, green, green.
We're rolling again. Right now, Ward leads down the back straightaway. Tim White out by himself for the moment. Hastings thinking about going. He finally decides to. Right now, at the line, Hunter Hastings through the tri-oval. Ward's going to battle back and at the line. Give it to Hastings, getting pushed by Tim White. Hunter Hastings to the point. 3 wide. Ooh, Matthew Patton almost lost it. Patton able to keep it under control for the moment. Down the back straightaway again. Hastings working both lanes. Going to drop down in front of John Ward. Going to lead the outside lane to Tim White for the moment. Right now, the field full song. around the racetrack. Matter of fact, get a look at a couple of drivers here. Right now, Hunter Hastings, Tim White, their fastest lap at the line, 2:08. Right now, these cars, they're really going to pick up the speed. Right now, 194. But down the back straightaway, really going to see what they can get. Right now, Hastings pushing. We're getting pushed by Ward Steele. 2:02 in the corner that time. Yeah, but if you're John Ward, you might be going a little bit faster. Either that or my stuff's glitched. Either one's possible. Give it up, John Ward, one more time. As right now, you see the biggest movers in the race since the green flag wave for the first time. Cameron Craighead up 11 spots. Matthew Patton 8, Hastings 8. Tim White takes the lead momentarily down the back straightaway up 7 where he started. As the field works off turn 4 yet again. Down back straightaway. Right now, Ward has actually dropped back to the 5th spot. Tim White takes over the top spot. Craighead now trying to pull that middle lane. James Ware working himself back into the mix. 7th on the 7th that they're getting turned by, or to get turned off the front bumper of Jeff Merck to put us under caution for the first time. Cameron Craighead put in the middle. Jimmy Kerr is going to jump right back down behind him. Hunter Hastings up in front. Meanwhile, Matthew Patton, Dega Pro line right back up again. 1, 2, and 3. Not taking them long to get sorted back out and immediately down to the bottom again. Right now as it stands. Ward immediately right back up to the top spot. Patton down on the apron. We'll try to come back up. He will, but he's going to lose a ton of spots. That's Hastings right back to the point again. Right now it's Hunter Hastings resumes the lead. Ward immediately battling right back on the outside again. Right, trying to bring Corey Cheney with him. Right now rosters for tonight. Dega Pros, Corey Cheney, Gordon Spain, James Ware, John Ward, Matthew Patton, and William Rice. Ashley Rice not in the race for tonight. Quentin Stanbach by his lonesome right now. Stanbach running the 8th spot. MMS tonight. Kenan McCullough, Josh McCullough, Mark Vondell, Richard Elliott. Of course, Kobe Keneal is also in that group, but Keneal never taking the start of the race tonight. Then Tim White, by himself, and I'm sure there's several other ones doing separate Discord calls elsewhere. As Jimmy Crow's going to take it 3 wide on the outside. Oh, net cut off Corey Channing, hard into the wall. Gordon Spain, Crow's involved. Second caution of the night. Gordon Spain, meatball flag on that one for one fast repair coming up. Corey Chaney as well, big damage to that machine. Jimmy Crow has some damage. I have all lighties involved in it as well. Well, I'll be damned. Let's look back at it. There's several things happen here. Look at it from a crash chopper cam. That's a big net code. Jimmy Crow does get some damage off of it. Corey Chaney do a big shunt to that outside retaining wall. Look at it one more time in slow motion. Right there, Craighead does come up, gets into Spain, but there's the net code. And around she goes. Cameron does get a little bit of damage out of this, but Cheney overcorrects. John Ward, or not John Ward, but Jimmy Crow, that damage is questionable on that Pontiac. Everybody else, it's along for the ride. Right on board with Corey Cheney. There ain't nothing he can do. He didn't. Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, nothing he could do. He didn't even know that was coming, hardly. Right on board with Jimmy Crow's on board. He does get some damage in this. Last but not least, Gordon Spain. Right now, pit stop's concluding. Hunter Hastings wins the race off of pit road. Jeff Merck second. Wearing Stenbach Spain. The field emerges off of the pit lane. At least some drivers actually took tires under this. Well, just join us tonight. Of course, under the second caution of the night. As right now, Hunter Hastings is your leader. Second caution. of the night, only 17 laps in and 8 official lead changes. Well, to re-rack them, at least the top 10 is concerned. Hernan Hastings, Jeff Martin, first and second. James Ware and Tim White, third and fourth. Gordon Spain, Quentin Stanbach, fifth and sixth. Ken McCullough, Mark Vondell, Jimmy Crow, and Richard Elliott rounds out the top 10. Well, it's been an eventful night for some. James Warren bringing out the first caution on lap 2. As the field gets set, 49 rules restart zone. As I was saying, James Warren spins on lap 2 off the front bumper of Jeff Merck.
Green, green, green.
We go a little ways on a green flag run, and then the first multi-car incident of the night involving Corey Cheney, Jimmy Crow, and Gordon Spain, who had to take a fast repair, that's right. Back underway. Down back straightaway, Merck getting the run. Getting pushed by Tim White, Stanbach, and McCall on that outside lane. Was on that outside lane. White and Merck down to the bottom. Right now, 3 wide. Kevin Craighead, Joshua McCollum making their move. Stanbach in the middle. Stanbach into Jeff Merck a little bit. They save it. Goodness. At the line, 30 to go. Still 3 wide. 3 by 3 by 3, 3 rows deep. Right now, Merck able to surge ahead for the moment. Here comes Stanbach and Craighead on the outside again. Go time now, boys. Oh, 1 car around Matthew Pat and Mark Vondell in the back. How the hell did that happen? Matthew Pat is still sliding. Good nest. Third caution of the night, Mark Vondale, meatball damaged that Napa machine. One of the best looking cars here in Talladega. Well, it'll be a fast repair down the drain for Mark Vondale. What in the name of Mike has happened? Alright, here we go. Now we're going to get a good look at it. Padding. Name of Mike. Really look at it one more time. Padding a little bit of a nudge to Vondale. Vondale comes back up hard into the wall, and there it goes. Good grief. There's where all the damage came from. Good nest. Third caution of the night. That's going to bring the field right back down on the pit road again. Psych, I lied. Just Jeff Merck. Nope, here comes Richard Elliott in. Corey Cheney coming in. Still has damage to that 11 machine, as does Matthew Patton after getting hit by Vondale. Well, right now, Quentin Stanbach leads. Be Quentin's first laps led tonight. Hunter Hastings has led for 7 laps. John Ward has led for 5. And Jeff Merckx led for 3. There are your most laps led leaders of the night. Well, it'll be 26 laps to go when they take the green flag again. It has been wide open right from the get-go. But yet, ironically, all 16 drivers who took the green flag tonight still in contention and for the running. All right, re-rack it yet again. Quentin stand by. Tim White, Kevin Craighead, Kenneth McCullough, Hunter Hastings, the top 5. Joshua McCullough, James Warren, Jimmy Crow, John Ward, Gordon Spanier, top 10. Pole sitter Jeff Merkmeyer back in 11th. All right, the field entering the 9 rails restart zone. We're rolling again. 26 to go. James Warren and others not getting off to a great restart that time. Cameron Craighead up the track. Standby's going to cover. Down the back straightaway again. Right now, Cameron Craighead leads. Hunter Hastings, Ken McCullough, Quentin Standby, Josh McCullough in the top 5. Right now, Craighead leads what will be his 3rd lap of the race with 24 to go for Talladega. Here comes Standby right back on the outside, getting pushed by Tim White. Right now, Quentin Standby right back to the lead. Ward and Crow bringing themselves back inside the top 5, as is Gordon Spain. Right now, James Warren stuck on the outside in that purple car, 3 wide, further in the back. Well, stand back up in front of White. Craighead gonna work the bottom lane. Ken McCullough starts that 3rd lane on the outside with McCullough and Jeff Merton. Ken McCullough leads only momentarily through turns 3. Working turn 4, gonna stay on the outside with his teammates. Never mind. Gonna stay in front of Standby now as they exit turn 4. Bud 8, or Bud 12, I should say. Contact with Craighead, they're working it. There they go, boys. Craighead around. Everybody else practically saves it. No caution yet. I stand corrected. There it is. Caution. Well, I'll be damned. I can tell you how it happened, but I'd rather look at it first. Entering the tri-oval. McCullough into Craighead, and Craighead, he did everything he could to save it. Nothing left. Look at it one more time here. Well, I think McCullough, as a matter of fact, we can look at it from the blimp. That would be even better. Well, McCullough, they're entering the travel through here. Pretty much tight space for the moment. Everything's fine right now. Whenever the exit travels, when crap hits the fan. Oh no, I stand corrected. Cameron into McCullough. Then gets himself loose. Up in the Stenbach and McCullough, and then Stenbach into Merck, and by God. Well, lucky it didn't take out worse or more. Everybody coming together. Hunter Hastings gets a piece of this. See him sliding around. Cameron Craighead does a full 360. Everybody else just basically on the brakes. Let's ride on board with Ken and McCullough. It is very light contact. So you can't tell you another couple on boards here. Right on board with Cameron Craighead through this. Quentin Stenbach. Cola up in the air, actually. Everybody able to get through it. Through it all, Joshua McCullough, your leader. Mark Hastings, Stenbach, McCullough, Craighead, all in the pits. Well, fourth caution night. What's been a crazy night so far. Well, light's already out on the pace car. Re-rack it one more time. Josh McCullough, Tim White, Jimmy Crow. John Ward and James Ware in the top 5. Matthew Patton, Gordon Spain, Richard Elliott, Mark Von Dale, Corey Cheney. Your top 10. All right. Josh McCullough, Tim White into the tri-oval and into the United Rentals restart zone.
Green flag, green flag.
We're rolling. 18 laps to go. Outside lane immediately crumbled. Jimmy Crow's going to fall back side by side for the 5th spot. With James Ware and Gordon Spain looking over him, Mark Von Dale. Right now, McCullough, Ward. Top 2 single filed out, everybody else 2 by 2. Matthew Patton jumped up in front of Jimmy Crow. Give it Josh McCullough at the line. Josh McCullough's led 6 laps so far, just too shy of leading the most laps. That's Patton, Crow, Gordon Spain, Mark Von Dale, Hunter Hastings, Cameron Craighead all fighting to get up to that top spot. Von Dale's going to take it 3 wide. Right now, Mark Von Dale to the top spot. Von Dale's not let it lap all night. McCullough going to try to keep it that way. On the inside, Von Dale stuck 3 wide. Here comes Hastings in. McCullough inside and outside. Ward in the middle with Von Dale. Along with Cameron not Craighead, but Matthew Patton. Jimmy Crow's going to throw his name into that middle lane. Right in the line. Oh, Von Dale hard and upside down. Mark Von Dale with a vicious crash. And another big hit. Goodness. That hurt me. And that hurt me, and I'm not even racing. I'm up here in the booth. Good God. Hunter Hastings as well. Big damage to that machine. It's amazing that car can even run. Napa know-how is right. Let's look back at it. Good God. Just gets hooked and up and over. A wild, wild ride. Look at it from, whoops, wrong one. Look at it from the blimp camera here. Hard to say if he gets hit by Ward or. Oh. Rewind it one more time. Dang, Craighead gets Hastings off-centered and into Von Dell. Whether that or Hastings just came down, the end result. Mark Von Dell going for one of the wildest rides in high gear racing in Talladega history. Unreal. Right on board with Mark Von Dell. So for Mark Von Dell, the night comes to an end in dramatic fashion, but not the way he envisioned it. Well, Mark Von Dell will make the official first retiree of the night. Well, to re-rack it, Josh McCullough, Tim White, first and second. John Ward, Cameron Craighead, James Waring, the top five. Matthew Patton, Kevin McCullough, Gordon Spain, Jeff Mert, Richard Elliott, the top 10. With Jimmy Crowe as well officially out of tonight's race. Well, it's going to be fun. It's going to be 12 laps to go. All right. McCullough, White, through the tri-oval and into the United Rentals restart zone.
Green, green, green.
Let's try this again. Right now is the field. Works through trouble again. 11 to go from Talladega. 3 wide. Greg gets stuck in the middle. Here comes 10 White with Gordon Spain, Stan Bach and Hastings along with him. Ward up the middle, up the second. Here comes Warren and Patton to the inside. Oh, and there they go again. That's going to take them all out. Kenneth McCullough, Corey Cheney, Gordon Spain. Jeff Merck is involved in it. Matthew Patton. 1 fast repair, done and gone. That will be the end of the night for Matthew Patton. Be end of the night for several other ones. Gordon Spain, meatball damage, already 1 fast repair, done and gone. He is done for the night. Jeff Merck had to tow back to the pits. With 10 to go, Kenneth McCullough. Big damage on McCullough's car. Well, John Ward be scored the leader after this. Majority of the field flies apart with 10 laps to go. From the blimp camera. Wearing up in the Craighead. There was something happened before that. There you see practically everybody else. Corey Cheney, a massive hit into Kenneth McCullough. Well, go back there. Something happened between Warren and Joshua. I ain't sure what happened. Warren got into the back of McCullough, and when he did, came right up in front of the field. Simply got loose. I mean, probably too big of a shot. Upset the car. Comes up in the camera, Craighead into White, and then from there, everybody just accordions. Nothing nobody can do. Right on board with Corey Cheney, as he had at least 1 big hit. Hard to break that. For Matthew Patton's on board. Patton almost thought he was going to get clear, get stabbed by McCullough right at the end. Able to keep it straight for the most part. Yeah, but there's the majority of the issue, that tire pointed inward. Next on board, Kenneth McCullough. He's going to take a bad shot here. Right on board with Kenneth. He's going to be stuck right in the middle of it. Nothing he's going to be able to do. Last but not least, Jeff Merckx on board. Well, Jeff Merckx rolling back out onto the racetrack, however, one lap down, and his fast repair done and gone. That's John Ward, the leader. Alright. Pace car will be in this time. They will take the green with 7 laps to go. McCullough, Ward, United Rentals restart zone. We're rolling again. John Ward right now holding the bottom lane. How about Quentin Stenbach in that middle lane trying to make something happen? William H. Scott trying to make something happen on that third lane. Nobody goes with him at the moment. Here comes Quentin Stenbach looking for his first win in high gear racing on the Raging Idiot Racing Network. He's got to take it away for some of the best to do. Money Racing on iRacing, John Ward, Richard Elliott, the McCulloughs, just to name a few. In this session, anyway. Here comes Craighead right up the outside again. Right now, Stenbach right outside of John Ward. 6 laps to go, be 5 at the line. Craighead by himself makes something happen. Here comes Corey Cheney. Craighead up to go wide to cover Hastings 4 wide. They can barely make it 3 wide, but I'll be damned to make 4 wide work for the moment. Cheney stuck on the outside. McCullough to the inside of John Ward, who covers Quentin Stenbach. 5 laps to go. Right now, Dega Pros versus MMS. Quentin Standbach trying to add his name into the mix. Right now, 3 by 3. Greg Head and Hastings still trying to make that third lane work. Nobody going up there winning. Ward holding the bottom, trying to hold McCullough off. He's got to worry about Standbach as well. But also, Kim McCullough's worked himself into the mix in that number 12 again.
All right, man.
Caution is out for what? Richard Elliott against the wall. That's what? Elliott and Craighead. God almighty. HGR overtime. Brought to you by JW Graphics. Had a bit of a lag spike there, didn't you, champ? Yeah, just a little bit. All right, let's look at it. Too fast. Middle 3 wide. Cameron comes down. Ryan to Elliott. That was the second incident of the night. Cameron Craighead's, well, I hate to say cause, a little bit blunt. Regardless, it takes out a very fast Richard Elliott, and it'll actually give Craighead his last strike. One fast repair already gone. The night is done for Cameron Craighead. Well, saw it was coming. After a wild night like tonight, it's only fitting that we go into High Gear Racing Overtime, brought to you by JW Paint Graphics. Oh boy. First of 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. Well, thought John Ward's had a hell of a night from the back to the front. More times than can be counted. Started second right now, leading this thing. Well, it's going to be interesting, to say a few. All right, to re-rack it. John Ward, Joshua McCullough, first and second. Quentin Stanbach, James Warren, third and fourth. Tim White, your top five. Kent McCullough, Hunter Hastings, Corey Cheney, Richard Elliott, Jeff Merck, your top 10. Gordon Spain, 11th. Matthew Patton, right now, 13th. William H. Scott in the 12th spot. Oh, Matthew Patton was done out of this thing. Nope, evidently not. All right. Ward, McCullough, Ware, and Stanbach. Anybody's race still. From 1st to 13th, we're rolling. First attempt. Ward and Ware with a great jump. Stanbach's going to jump right up to the outside with him. Right now, John Ward, Ware, Stanbach, 1, 2, and 3. Corey Cheney has worked himself into a payout spot. McCullough battles back on the bottom. Stanbach and Jeffrey getting took 3 wide. Right now they're going to go 3 wide through the tri-oval. They'll see it. White flag. 1 lap to go from Talladega. Here comes Quentin Stanbach on the outside. Corey Cheney and Richard Elliott tried to force something up in the back. Not able to do it yet. Stanbach on the outside. Trying to take the lead for John Ward. Not able to do it yet. Gordon Spain looks to the outside. He's going to cover Jeff Merck. Stanbach in the middle. Off of turn 4 for the final time. Does Waring step out? Does he push his teammate? Stand by turn off of 4. Their field's wrecking behind them at the line. Big wreck still. John Ward back to victory lane in High Gear Racing. Woo! Joshua McCullough, James Ware in the top 3. Kim McCullough, Corey Cheney, your top 5. Have you ever? A few times. This never disappoints. John Ward led 20 of 53 laps. The dominant car tonight. This time, we'll see the checker flag first. So you can't get a word with him. John Ward, did that go according to plan?
It did, man. It did. It wasn't planned exactly like that, but that was the future. The goal there was to win, and we got the W there. Thanks to James.
Take me through the whole race. It was a chaotic night, to say the least. You somehow found your way around every wreck, every caution. Just take us through the night. It was a hell of a night for you and several others.
Yeah, it was good. It was a clean race for me. I didn't have to use my I mean, I got in the pit road, obviously on the interview in the beginning going. I believe within a few that worked out really good on the start. And I just tried to stay up there. I think I fell back when I went to get tires. I think at like you get tires, and that's the only time I went to the back.
John, your mic's coming in and out there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, like 15 get tires. I went to the back, and I got my way back to the front, and we tried to stay up there. I had a couple of teammates with me. I was working with Josh for a little bit, and those kept coming out, so I just doing the best I could to stay up front there.
Well, buddy, give you a second here to get your mic straightened out real quick. I'll ask you a couple more questions in the meantime. First off, the way we saw racing tonight, intensity a bit off the chains. So just like we've said with the Gen 6 before, all this time, 126-degree track temp, no gridlock, just a lot of freedom with these cars. Just these certain packages, especially now that we've seen with the trucks, getting that big update, is it just something that we can expect from here on out?
Yeah, possibly. A couple people were saying something about the net code pushes. A couple people were wrecking.
There was a couple of them.
Yeah, but I mean, they're fun. They've been fun. You were breaking up on me too, talking. So I don't know if I'm still breaking up, but yeah, they're fun. They're exciting. I would love to run them in the future, all we can. This is one of the last models with this draft left. So yeah, they're real fun and exciting to me.
Well, buddy, last two questions that I got for you. The first one being, one, where's the confidence level entering Sunday night's Old St. Nick 500?
It's high. It's pretty high. I got a race right before that. It's going to be like a little. It's going to be in a different vehicle, but it should
Saturday
be pretty
night.
interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna run Saturday night before that. But yeah, this brings a lot of confidence into it. Whether the other race goes good or bad, these are some of the guys that's going to be in it. And Jimmy Crow was watching along, so that's a big confidence builder in that race. And the new trucks, I'm looking good for it. I'm ready to go.
Well, buddy, first off, I hate to say I won't be able to attend like I want to. Got another broadcast that Saturday night, so unfortunately I'm out of it. But we'll see you on Sunday night for the Old St. Nick 500. My last question I got for you. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc. The floor is yours.
Yeah, let me thank you first of all for broadcasting, or I wouldn't even be here doing this thing. The good Lord above. I want to thank all my teammates from Dega Pros, everybody watching. Wish you all the best of luck. We put on a good show and everything's exciting. I know the yellows come out, but if it wasn't for y'all, when everybody would be watching this, it wouldn't be anything. So thanks to everybody watching and everybody a part of Dega Pros.
All right, buddy. John Ward returns to victory lane tonight in a thriller from Talladega. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That being said, we're going to give James Waring a little bit of time here to get stuff figured out here. While we do, it looks like Josh McCullough not available for an interview tonight. So, that being said, see if we can't get Ken McCullough in here. He'll finish 4th here tonight. Ken McCullough, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy? Try this one more time. Ken McCullough, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Do you got a copy, buddy? Well, I guess not. Let's see, who else can we pull up here? Anybody in the top 5? Get Corey Cheney. Corey Cheney, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
What, I scare you?
Yeah, I didn't know what had happened. I apologize.
Well, buddy, after what seemed like a very long night for you in the 11 camp, able to walk out of here with, I believe, the final money spot of the night. Take me through the night.
You know, just trying to find that pace, find the right car to stick with, and stay away from the wrecks. There was a lot of them tonight, but just maintaining a pace, hanging around, playing it smart, and was able to fall to the back on the last lap, and was able to find a line to get to the bottom to come all the way from about 8th back to the money. That was great.
Take me through the night. Of course, a lot of wreck avoidance went into tonight. Really, is this kind of a product of these cars? Was netcode? Actually, I know netcode was a big factor tonight because you got netcoded. I believe it was the second caution of the race. You
That's
got
right.
netcoded big time.
Yeah, netcode is a big factor in these cars. I think James had an issue with netcode. I know I did. There was probably a couple other ones that, you know, with us being in the race, we don't know for sure yet. But these cars have a bad netcode problem. They're fun to drive. They're a handful. You gotta hang on. You can't just they don't drive smooth. You gotta hang on to them. And then the netcode being a factor also. It just makes it for a difficult night.
Well, buddy, it was a difficult night for you, but hell, walks out of here with a little bit of money. Last question I got for you before I let you head out here tonight. Celebrate your winnings. Is there anybody want to thank friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
Thank James for putting on the race. Thank all the fellow drivers for allowing me to race with them. Thank you for the broadcast. And just appreciate everybody for allowing me to be a part of the community.
All right, buddy. For Corey Cheney tonight, after a long, hard-fought night, he'll rally back to the final payout spot. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Well, that being said, we'll go ahead and get James Waring up here in the booth. James Waring, Garrett Jenkins up here, broadcast booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Hey, Garrett, how you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good from spinning on lap 2 to missing every wreck, getting involved in a couple of them yourself, and then coming back to finish P3. Take me through the night. Had to be nerve-wracking.
It was definitely a night of up and downs, but we got to figure it out. Worked with Ward. We had Corey behind me. And we were able to, secure top 3 finish. So,
Well, buddy, it was
pretty good.
It was a hell of a night. Obviously, one of the big factors tonight, one, intensity off the chain, but the other one, netcode, was also a factor tonight. Really, is it just a chaotic night with these cars, much like any other package that does not have, or that does have a lot of freedom? Is it just something to be expected with these types
I
of
think
packages?
it's going to be something to be expected because I don't think iRacing is going to be, doing any maintenance on these cars or anything. Because I know they worked on a couple cars for their net code and they didn't on this one. Because that one incident where I got thrown off the track, I was about a good foot inside of Josh's bumper, and it just threw me off the track. And there was a couple other incidents where there was net code involved. So I think it's just something that we're just going to have to live with these cars. But we're running out of choices of good cars to have races in. So, we're just going to have to deal with a little bit of netcode issue.
Well, buddy, like I said, the grit resiliency showed in the 13 tonight. My last two questions I got for you. One, how does this set up for you going into Sunday's Old St. Nick 500? Going forward, where's the confidence level at after a run like this?
Confidence starting to get there. I'm able to get to the front, having good. The results aren't showing it, but I'm able to move to the front. Now it's just a matter of not being involved in the big one. My wreck avoidance needs to get better, but other than that, we're looking pretty good. Feeling pretty confident for this Sunday.
Buddy, I'll tell you now. I'm probably about to jinx myself in the worst way possible, but I don't think anybody noticed in the damn heat races for that Nazareth 500 race of that old 60 Centers Auto Parts sneaking through that 26 car big one in the second LCQ. But hell, I'll tell you, I put a lot of my wreck avoidance back to NASCAR Thunder 04 with that Mike Skinner challenge, avoiding the big one on the back straightaway at Talladega.
Yeah.
I credit that joker a lot to being able to get myself out of sticky situations. But with that being said, last question I got for you, the one that ends all interviews. Is there anybody want to thank tonight? Friends, family, sponsors, etc.? The floor is yours.
First, I want to thank yourself. Thank you for doing the broadcast tonight. You do an awesome job as usual. Want to thank Team Dega Pros, John, Gordon was there. Corey was with us helping us out. We were able to secure a pretty good finish for us. Want to thank all the guys for coming out and running with us tonight. We had a good show. Thank Jimmy, of course, for helping me set this up, get this going. Just want to give a big thanks to everybody.
All right, buddy. For James Waring tonight, after a long, hard-fought night, the 13 will come home in the third spot. Appreciate your time, buddy. A hell of a job.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right. With that being said, the final results, I would pull up the grid, but we've already got it right here on the side. So we're trying to cheat the system tonight. John Ward, your winner. Joshua McCullough. James Waring. Ken McCullough, Corey Cheney, your top 5. Richard Elliott, Jeff Merck, Tim White, Hunter Hastings, and William H. Scott, the top 10. Quentin Stanbach will be the last driver finishing this race. On down, Gordon Spain, Matthew Padden, Cameron Craighead, Jimmy Crow, Mark Vondale, Kobe Canillo did not take the green flag tonight, but will be scored 17th. With that being said, tomorrow night, the Midnight Racing League live from Watkins Glen International Speedway for the Midnight Racing League Contender Series. That'll be covered by yours truly tomorrow night. And until then, appreciate everybody watching. And I will see everybody tomorrow night for midnight. Until then, take it easy. Have a good night.